Okay, so we're on to the next step. The gravy has been right here. We're over here making the stuffing mix. Got carrots. We don't have carrots. We have onions. We have celery, salt, pepper. I'm going to put some thyme in here. I'm going to sweat this off so I can pull out all of the tasty McTasties. I also chopped a little bit of apple right over here, which I'll toss in at the last second so that it doesn't get super cooked. And then I toasted up the breadcrumb. Okay. So then what I do, and which I might be able to document here, is I add this to this, toss it up, get it seasoning right, and then I start hydrating everything with the turkey stock, and then you have the stuffing, you can put it in the bowl, then it's ready to go for the oven. Alright, so it's time to start making some magic happen. I pulled the turkeys out of the fridge so they can start getting closer to room temperature. The green beans have been tossed and seasoned. They're ready to go into the oven because that'll only take like, I don't know, 20-30 minutes. You look over here, the stuffing that's ready to go. I'm going to roast the carrots first. The potatoes are over here. I just turned that on because that'll take, like half an hour. I'll cook them real slow, take my sweet time. I figured the carrots are probably going to take something like 30 solid minutes to roast. Pull them out, put them in a container, let them just chill for a little bit. Then I will probably throw the turkeys in. Now the thing that's money is I have a timer, right? But this isn't just any timer. You can take the probe, stick it inside the turkey, the wire comes all the way out, and then you can set it to go off. So it has an alarm, right? So I'm going to set the alarm for 165 degrees. That way when the turkey breast gets there, it beeps, I pull it out, I let it rest for 10 minutes, slap everything back in the oven, let it get all hot, pull that back out, ready to eat. All right? So keep going. Underway. Carrots just finished roasting. Okay, it is, what time is it? It's 3:26, I don't know if you can see that. The potatoes are pretty much cooked. I would say 95% of the way there. They're sitting in the hot water. They'll still cook a little bit more, but if I want to heat them up a little bit more for mashed potatoes, I can. Gravy is here. It's ready to be strained and then put into something a little bit better, but it is thickened up and seasoned. Okay, so it's got everything here. It's got the right consistency. Then I just threw the green beans in and the turkey is roasting, which means we're at 75 degrees Fahrenheit. So we still have a long ways to go. We still have 90 degrees left. So probably 30 minutes for the beans, maybe even less than that, 20. Keep them hot, and then we'll put these other components in. All right, here we are at 3:45 p.m. I just added the stuffing. The green beans are almost done. I'm going to give them another 5 to 7 minutes so they're nice and crisp. And if you look at it, the temperature's at 109 degrees, so it's climbing very quickly now that it's starting to get hotter. So let's keep the timing here. Time check-in, 3:51. I just pulled the green beans out. I'm going to leave them on the sheet pan because I still need to do the butter and almondine sauce for it. Turn the mashed potatoes back on to get them really hot. Finish cooking them so I can mash them up, which will take me like 10-15 minutes. And current temperature, 120 degrees. I figure maybe another 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes, and we should be up to 165. Could be right, could be wrong. I don't know yet, but we'll see. All right, next time check, 4:05 p.m. Done boiling the potatoes. Just put the carrots back in the oven to get them hot. The gravy is strained and ready for just a little final seasoning. Temperature, 142 degrees. All right, next stage. Butter's melting for the green beans almondine. Mashed potatoes are done. I actually put them in this nice stainless steel hammered copper pots that I have, which are really good for serving dishes as well. The gravy is strained, seasoned, and has truffle oil in it. It's ready to go. It's quite hot. If you can see, we are at 162 degrees, and it is 4:20. So we're only a few degrees away from the alarm going off. The bread, the pudding, the stuffing, God, I don't know what to call it. The stuffing was 135 degrees last time I tested it. Since I made it outside of the turkey, I don't need to get it 165. It just needs to be serving temperature. Carrots are back in there getting hot. So, melting the butter. I'm going to start throwing the beans in and get that warm. And then the alarm is going to go off here in just a few minutes for the turkey. I'll let that cool down and it'll be ready to carve. So look, we're pretty much done. And it's all coming out at the exact same time. All right, final video. I just got done slicing it. You can see over here is the regular. This side is the Chinese 5 spice. And then we have the drumstick. Tentative time, 4:30, just a half an hour behind. gravy is done. While I was chopping everything, everything else is in here while the oven cools down because it was already at 400 degrees or 350. So the bread pudding went in first, then I threw the carrots in, mashed potatoes went in last because they were still super hot. Sauteed, made the almondine with the butter and the almonds, with the green beans. That's just keeping it warm. Okay, efficiency with everything that I'm working with. 4:30, done. 30 minutes behind schedule. Otherwise, everything else is really good. Time to eat.